This is Neroke 5. I'm going to be doing these videos until I die or I find something better to do. So please help me achieve this noble objective by contributing to my Patreon. Link is down below. Thank you very much.
Hey there, this is Neroke 5. I'm doing this recording before I go to bed because I need to get this off my chest before I call it a night. Now, I saw a picture on a Facebook group that I managed today, and it shows a guy holding a heart shape, and this girl he likes is talking to, well, in the photo, it's a guy in a leather jacket and jeans, and she's really interested in him. The guy's holding this heart close to me, and he knows that he's going to lose her, and he's crushed. Now, the very first thing that's mentioned down below in the comments is that she was never yours in the first place. And that's the title of this video. Her heart was never yours. She never had your heart, and you never had her heart in the first place. Because we've all been there. We've all met that nice girl who was nice and polite and sweet and treated you well and was always kind and considerate to you, and maybe she did actually kind of like you at some point, right? But she never quite liked you enough, right? Whenever you asked her out, she would always kind of like slough you off, but would always kind of leave the door open. She would always play you along. She'd always laugh at your jokes, and in a lot of cases, like in mine with Miss 2016, did shit tests and got confirmation and got genuine positive IOIs. So she does genuinely like you. But she doesn't like you. There's some other guy that she likes more, and she keeps pushing you off. She's monkey branching is what she's doing. She's using you as a backup. Heaven help you if you're being used as an emotional sponge. But at some point this happens, and with me what happened was that I ended up having to work up north, and I lost contact with her. And in retrospect, I asked her for her phone number at least once, and she said no, but she kept playing me along. I lost contact with her, and the only way that I could maintain contact with her was to send her a friend request. And not only did she say no, but she basically pulled the fucking equivalent of giving me the middle finger, right? I was crushed. I was disappointed. I've been there. Every guy has been there. Here's the harsh truth of the matter, and that guy's caption underneath the cartoon that you're seeing in the video right now is true. You never had her heart in the first place. Maybe she did like you. Maybe she does like you, but she doesn't like you enough to make you the guy. Maybe that's why you're here. This is the harsh truth that you're listening to right now. She didn't like you enough to make you the guy. That's a hard one. That's a tough one to swallow, especially when you've when you've genuinely gotten some IOIs like I did with Miss 2016. That's a very pain when you find out, like your heart just, it's crushed, it's disappointed, right? But then there's hope. What happened to me is that I had to go out of town for a couple weeks. When I came back, and within probably about 4 to 6 weeks after the event occurred, I can remember, because I was having to do a lot of things to deal with. It was anger sometimes to the point where I couldn't even eat. And I had to focus on something else. And along the way, I learned a few things, like how anger in intense emotion like that is like a wave. It comes in and it recedes. Also, she may seem like she's a nice person, but if she was such a nice person, why did she treat you that way? And if she treated you that way, why should you continue to, I've done a video on this. Just tell her walk away. Given how she's just treated you, you don't even have to do it in person. Just leave her a note, send her a message. If you have her Facebook or whatever, just do it that way. And then block her, walk the fuck away. If you're fortunate enough to not live in the same neighborhood, or not in a small town, or you don't have to ever go into the neighborhood that she's in, it might, if it's a big city, it might be years before you run into her again. If you're that lucky. I wasn't. We lived in the same neighborhood. But yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow. And we're kind of getting into that almost envy part. But here's the thing, right? If you go MGTOW, if you complete the red pill rage process, if you do the things to keep yourself clear, you can get through that. You can ride that wave. You can come down off the other side, like I did. And when you're coming down off the other side, you can realize, and which is what I realized, is that what I decided about 6 weeks after this event happened is that I wasn't going to allow this event to be the thing that I talk about years from now. When people ask me about 2016, next year, which will be 5 years, I'll be talking about this. I'll be talking about how this energized my life, how I took that event and I used it and I created it and I turned it into something that can help men everywhere move past their pain, move past dwelling on the past, and move towards something that gives you freedom. You have to go through the valley of rage, and you have to go through a very dark place in some cases to get there, but the freedom is there on the other side. Now, there is some happiness there on the other side. You have to work for it, but it's there. But you'll be freer than that man. In fact, to a certain degree, you might actually even almost feel sorry for that guy. Because you know what this woman is like. She's scared. This is what I really want to say to you. To the heartbroken guy who's got that burning pain in the pit of his stomach, wondering what he did wrong or how he did wrong, or face-palming himself because he saw an opportunity and he lost it. It's sort of like, take that. Let it pass through. Keep yourself clear. Process it and turn that energy into something that will make you a bigger and better and brighter man that is fully empowered and fully self-sufficient and does not need a woman in his life, but is okay with or without having one. That's what MGTOW offers you. Right? I get it though. When it happens, there's this depression and this shock and this feeling like, what did I do wrong? What did I do to her? Why did she do this to me? The recriminations, whatever, right? Meditate on it. Ask yourself the questions, where did I go wrong? Where did I go right? But the most important thing, and again, this is the third time I'm saying this, keep yourself clear. Just tell her, walk away. Don't even give her the privilege of a phone call or a face-to-face. Just message her. Just tell her. And leave. That's all the consideration she gave you. The toilet paper she wiped her ass with got more consideration than you did. You know what? And last but not least, remember what she did. And remember who she did it with. And it's not about not repeating the same mistake. Again, it's about taking the lesson from that mistake to a certain degree that you made. Because you did make a mistake. Right? You either didn't move in fast enough, or you weren't hitting the right buttons with her, or you took too long, or she wasn't being completely honest with you, or there was something. But she didn't like you enough, and she was playing you along. A woman like that, no matter how nice she seems to be, is not deserving of your respect. Tell her, walk away. Take the anger and the pain, transfer it into something that will make your life better. That might be another woman. That might be a career. That might be a hobby. In my case, it's this YouTube channel. This is Neroke 5. Like, subscribe, and I will talk to you later.